The tension between North and South Korea is infamous. But there might be a lot more that unites these countries than divides them. On this special edition of More in Common, we travel to the PyeongChang Peace Forum near South Korea's border with the North to find out how much longer the road to peace is.
We can do this.
How food, music, and culture can help us get there faster.
And that music was just the first step.
Yeah.
And to reunite with a member of my family that's always taught me that we all have more in common.
Just seeing you out here means the world to me.
We began our trip in Gangwon Province, visiting one of the most tense borders in the world.
Just past the first checkpoint as you head toward the North Korean border. A number of military personnel, armored vehicles. But you also have the oceans and this beautiful nature, and yet a lot of tension here on the border between North and South Korea.
At the end of World War II, the American and Soviet militaries liberated the Korean peninsula from Japanese control and divided Korea at the 38th parallel. The Soviets empowered a communist state in the north, and the U.S. helped to stand up a capitalist state in the south. In 1950, tensions between the two nations boiled over into war.
The communist-led North Korean army plunged across the line which separated it from free South Korea.
The war became a proxy battle. Russia and China supported the north, and the United Nations forces led by the U.S. supported the south. Fighting ended in 1953 with a ceasefire, but a peace treaty was never signed. Over 70 years later, these countries couldn't seem more different. North Korea is a hermit kingdom led by a dictator who, isolated by most of the free world, maintains his grip on power by ruling with an iron fist, flexing his military muscle along the contested border. South Korea, on the other hand, is a thriving democracy and an economic and cultural juggernaut. Coming of age in an era of globalization and digital innovation, the products and culture of South Korea are loved around the world. This year, they even gave Hollywood a run for its money when the Korean language film Parasite nearly swept the Academy Awards. Can these two countries ever put aside their differences and pursue peace? That's what we're here to find out. The PyeongChang Peace Forum is a gathering of thinkers, activists, and leaders from around the world assembled here to discuss the path to peace.
우선 제일 중요한 것은 한국 전쟁이 피스 트리티로 끝나지 않고 시즈파이어로 끝난 상태이기 때문에 아직도 법적으로는 전쟁 상태입니다.
Choi Moon-soo is the governor of Gangwon Province and the mastermind behind the Peace Forum. For him, finding peace is personal.
강원도가 전 세계에서 유일하게 남북으로 갈라진 도가 있습니다. 그래서 과거에는 아주 치열한 전쟁터였었고 한국 전쟁이 끝난 뒤에도 오랫동안 분단된 상태에서 고통을 겪어왔습니다. 지금 이 한반도의 분쟁은 자칫하면 3차 대전으로까지 이어질 수 있는 아주 위험한 그런 지정학적 요소를 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 저희들은 이 평화를 안착시키고 비핵화를 하는 것에 대해서 상당히 필사적이라고 말씀드릴 수가 있겠습니다.
That threat became all too real in 2017 when the North ramped up nuclear testing, drawing the ire of President Trump.
Rocket Man should have been handled a long time ago.
In 2018, Trump engaged in unprecedented direct talks with Kim Jong-un.
Mr. President, did he agree to denuclearize, sir?
Starting that process very quickly. Very, very quickly.
But so far, these high-profile displays of unity have not deterred the North, who've continued to test conventional missiles as recently as this March.
I have met numerous world leaders. I found that they are mostly working for short-term political gains, but that's not global citizenship.
Ban Ki-moon is the former Secretary General of the United Nations and one of the Peace Forum's key speakers.
Even though we are now experiencing some stalled in the dialogues, but by organizing this PyeongChang Peace Forum, we'll send out strong message reminding the people around the world the need of establishing peace and harmony and reconciliation.
While many participants are cautiously optimistic, at least one is sure that peace is just around the corner. Meet Jim Rogers.
That is North Korea. That is the 38th parallel. You see that railroad?
Yeah.
Soon you will be able to get on the train and go to Berlin.
Jim is an American businessman and investor. known throughout Asia for his quirky style and blunt way of speaking. When it comes to peace on the Korean peninsula, Jim is the ultimate optimist.
Have you ever been to North Korea?
Never.
Okay, I've been a couple of times. I will tell you, in North Korea, you can't lie to them anymore. They've seen DVDs. They know how people live in South Korea. Same thing happened when the Berlin Wall came down. Once they knew how the other people lived, finished. And that's what's happening now.
We're ringing the peace bell here.
I hope. 1, 2, 3, go! Once this peninsula opens, this peninsula is going to be the single most exciting place in the world. And then it's going to bring tourists here. They're going to find some great scenery, great buildings, great food, great music, great K-pop. Korea is going to be very exciting in many ways. If you don't know K-pop, you should learn.
K-pop, or Korean pop music, is taking the world by storm.
I know it sounds like cliche, but music has no border. When melody meets same language, the synergy that creates is not measurable.
And he should know, Yoon Sung is one of the biggest pop music artists and producers in South Korea, and in 2018, when politicians were stuck in a stalemate, he led the delegation of South Korean musicians to play a rare concert in the north.
Since 2005, we have never had a chance to have cultural exchange with both North and South at all. And then 2018, that spring, we had cultural exchange. The title was Spring Comes. That means peace will come, like in Korean Peninsula.
As a musician, were you impressed with the concert at Pyongyang?
Not just for a musician, as a South Korean, we were kind of nervous, every members of the delegation. We thought we never go there. Like, it's forbidden to us too, to visit Pyongyang.
So how did the audience react? What was their favorite song?
North Koreans, the audience, they are listening to forbidden music. So it would be difficult to express themselves. But when YB playing 남자는 배, 여자는 항구, I could see people excited. And the people know that song. Some reasons made us divided, but we know we're gonna be one.
That music was just the first step.
Yeah.
On More in Common, we're always looking for the things that bring people together. And in the case of North and South Korea, one big unifier is food. Here in Gangwon Province, seafood is at the top of the menu. So I met up with my friend Nadia Cho at one of the many fish markets dotting the region.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm excited for this fish market. So it's right off the boat, comes here as soon as they pull in those nets.
One stop.
I like that. Let's check out the fish
right.
here.
Nadia knows her food. She produced for Anthony Bourdain when he took his show to Korea, and for the hit Netflix show, Chef's Table.
You get the food right here, and then you take it to the restaurant to be cooked?
Yes, they're gonna cook for you just in front of you while you just bought it.
No way! That's amazing!
I told you, one stop. Because this is really crab town, so definitely we should have a crab. And then we're gonna pick up one cod for sashimi hue, and then we're gonna have stew. Sounds good?
That sounds real good. On your dinner table, growing up, you have a mom from North Korea, a father from South Korea, and that led to a different type of meal sometimes with different flavors.
Yeah, food was very directly impact to me because flavor spectrum is so different. On the holiday, if I go to mom's family, totally different food. I go to my father's family, totally different food. So I asked my mom, Mom, why is so flavor different? She said, oh, this is from North Korea, this is from South Korea.
You know, and the show More in Common, this kind of reminds me, we went down to Nogales, Arizona, which is on the border of Mexico, and it's a city really divided by the fence. One side you have Nogales, Mexico, and on the other you have Nogales, United States. And the people, even though they share the same language oftentimes, or some of the same family members, they're divided by that wall. How do you think, on a global level, these walls between countries end up creating artificial differences?
it's very complicated, you know. It's not just a matter of only two Koreas. So much other country involved in it because China, Russia, United States, Japan, but they don't understand we were the same Korean. We still speak same language. Like my mother's family, they're still separated family. They want to meet each other. Even our president right now, his aunt lived in North Korea, but even he is a president, but he cannot meet her.
His own aunt.
Yeah, so still divided, very complicated, but instead of just giving up, we need to do something.
In a world that's so often divided, I felt lucky at the end of my journey to reunite with my brother John.
Hey, John, look at that!
Michael.
How's it been?
Good. How are you doing?
Way too long!
Yeah.
Growing up together in Colorado, a lot of people refused to believe that we were brothers. They thought because our skin color was different, we couldn't be related.
Way too long.
Welcome to Korea.
I know, and your fishing spot, huh?
My favorite fishing spot.
It's gorgeous here.
Nobody loves fishing more than John. Our family adopted John from South Korea when I was just 2. We were Irish twins born just 10 months apart. We made s'mores together, played the same sports, and even shared Christmas presents. At a young age, we both learned to fish, but John always had better luck with the catch.
Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, would love to. Would love to.
Why don't you
Take
hold
your,
that? And you're going to want to do a 10 in 1 motion.
As my older brother, John was always showing me the ropes.
Can't take the car out of that ass, huh?
You could let it sit. You could let it sit.
Excellent.
Good job. I think our differences really enhanced our relationship. You were always more lively and outgoing, and I like to kind of sit and be quiet.
And why did you decide to move back?
Originally, I was just traveling. I knew I had to come at one point in my life, but I met an amazing woman, and I decided to settle down.
And it's now been 6 years.
Yeah, and time moves so fast in Korea.
I know, it's hard. You know, we shared that bedroom for so long, and now I see you just once or so a year. But it's just seeing you out here means the world to me, and being able to spend some time with you feels like home, even though I'm so far away from home.
Right.